Beep beep everybody, hope you're all having a great day. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Here we are at a place called the Junk Trunk, and this is in Fairmont, West Virginia, on the corner of Morgantown Avenue and Merchant Street. This is a still photo of the front of it as we drove past. I forgot to film the outside of this before I went in and after I left because I was excited by what I got here, which I'll show you at the end of the video. And here we are inside. And here are a bunch of junk wax factory sets. They are 1/2 off the price here. There's some Who's Who baseball guides from the late 80s, early 90s. And as you can see, the prices on these are a little bit on the high end, $40 for a 1989 score. But since they're half off, that brings it down to a more reasonable $20 a box. And there's some 1990 Upper Deck. Those were priced at $50, so they're marked down to $25. A bunch of different 3,000, 5,000 count boxes of singles. All different sports represented. Mostly prices between $1 and maybe $5 in those boxes. Here's some basketball cards. I'm going to go through the non-baseball stuff a little bit faster to save on some time, but as you can see, there's a 1966 Mickey Mantle SGC 5, plus a lot of other nice-looking vintage cards in this case. There's a Johnny Bench rookie card, PSA 5, that was $250. So please do pause at this point if you see anything that catches your fancy. Hopefully you can see the prices. There is fluorescent lighting above, and that makes it a little difficult to film with all of the glass between this and the cards. And there's basketball and football cards down below. And I will skim through these a little bit more faster because we're focusing on baseball cards. I did not have as much time as I would have liked to really film this more slowly. So bear with me. I apologize for that. Lots of wax packs. I think the junk wax era ones were ranging between $1 and $2.50 a pack. The $2.50 a pack I saw were on 87 tops. Here's some more unopened packs. That's 1983 Donruss. He's selling those for $14 a pack. $12 for the 82 Fleer. $13 for the 89 Upper Deck low number series. And there's mostly Steelers cards on the top shelf of this case. And we'll move around. And there's some modern unopened packs. And blaster boxes, mega boxes, monster boxes, all kinds of boxes. So if you're looking for modern stuff, there's an ample amount of that here. As well as, I think, a rather nice selection of vintage. We saw some vintage before. But there's some more vintage in another case that we're slowly approaching. There is lots of Pokemon in these cases. I didn't film this very closely, but as you can see, there's a whole row of it. More football cards. And around here we'll find some more baseball, some more vintage, some signed Mazeroski cards. Lots of stuff from the 60s. There's some SSPC cards in there as well. Some Sandberg rookies. Down here we have some hand-collated sets. 83 Donruss. There's an 84 Donruss for $125. There's a complete 1976 top set for $300. And the 75 top set for $850. And back there is a hand-collated 1980 set for $200, which contains a Henderson rookie. There's the 81 top set for $75. And I already have most of those sets, so I did not ask to open them up to have a look at them. There's a mixture of graded and raw cards here. These are mostly 80s cards. So you can see there's some Griffies and some Strawberries, Tony Gwynns. Here's some more. There's a Ron Guidry rookie. There's an 89 Upper Deck set and a binder for $75. And there are mostly more modern cards in these cases at the end here. There's some Griffey rookies. There's a Gwynn and Boggs rookie. There's some Shohei Ohtani cards, a vast selection of those. There's some small box sets. And there is an 84 Fleer complete set for $90, an 83 complete set for $90, it looks like also. And there's an 86 Fleer set for $50. I'm going to see some vending boxes from 1988, $5 each, and there's sort of a zoom out of this whole section here. So we were in this area of West Virginia because Cody had a dog show at some place called Milan Park in Morgantown, West Virginia, and here he is in the ring showing off his stuff. He had to take that over once more there because he was pulling too much. And right after this, I'll go over what I got at the junk trunk. So stay tuned for that. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed that short tour of the junk trunk in Fairmont, West Virginia, located on the corner of Morgantown Avenue and Merchant Street, and basically had a small sports card mini shop inside of it. I didn't get to check out the rest of the store. I spent my whole time there, but my wife assures me that she didn't see any cards elsewhere in the store. I bought 3 things here. It was an expensive visit, but I think well worth it. I got 3 cards that I'm really pleased with. The first one is this 1965 Topps Roger Maris. I paid $50 for this. As you can see, the centering on this is very nice. There's very minor wear on the corners, mostly on the right side, but the left side looks very sharp. Back looks very clean, no white along the edges or corners. It is off-centered on the back, but still not a big deal for me. I'm very pleased with this one. This rivals the 66 Maris card that I bought at Duncansville Antique Depot last year, so I was really pleased with this one. Happy to pick that one up. This is a modern card. This is from 2017 Topps Diamond Icons. It's an auto of Tom Glavine signed in red ink. It's number 10 out of 10. It's a purple parallel, and this had a firm price of $85. I did check eBay comps. There were no sold comps for this card, but there was one seller selling it from ComC that was selling it for $92.54 plus $5.99 shipping. So I thought $85 was probably a fair deal for this. First Glavine auto I have of this Hall of Famer, and I don't get I rarely find cards that are numbered as low as 10 out in the wild. So when I do see them, it piques my interest. So I was really thrilled with this one and glad to pick this one up. There's the back of that one. We tap that back down in. And this third card is one of my holy grails. I finally got my hands on a George Brett rookie card. I've been kind of like off and on looking for these on eBay, not really finding like a good deal that I would want to spring on, and the few times that I did find something, someone else beat me to it. Generally on eBay, when you look for near mint copies of this, you look at the picture and you zoom in on it and you see that the corners are pretty well worn. So some sellers don't know what near mint means, or they're just doing it to attract you to at least look at their listing. And when I do find real legitimate near mint issues, they tend to go for a lot, usually over $200. But that's just my experience, and it's an off and on kind of experience. I don't check eBay, or I didn't check eBay every day for it. Now, out in the wild, I rarely see these in this kind of condition. They're usually well worn, and fair enough, they're generally priced between like $30 and $60 for a well worn card, which might be a little on the high end. But this one I got for $130, and as you can see, it's centered pretty well. It's a little bit off left and right, but it's hard to find these 75 cards in really great centering. But this is one of the best ones I've seen. There is some wear on the two bottom corners, but the two top corners are pretty sharp. The back of it looks nice and clean and is also centered pretty well. And as you can see, I paid $130 for this, and I think that was well worth the price. Probably a bargain, I would think, if you compare this with eBay listings for this card. I know I haven't checked sold comps on the Brett Rookie in a very, very long time, so I don't know what they're going for. Beckett range for this, the last time I checked, was between 100 and 250, so this is on the lower end of that. And when I see, I have like photos of the latest Beckett monthly on my phone. I take photos of it when I buy one, and I only buy them like twice a year. And I use that as a guide if I can't get to eBay on my phone at an antique mall. And I did check this on there, and it's between 100 and 250 for a near mint copy. And the Beckett value, you know, you can argue that it's off quite a bit, but I think it's a little more in range for vintage than it is for modern. I think modern prices in the Beckett catalogs are really high, because you can find a lot of those things on eBay at a lot cheaper than what Beckett says the price range could be. So I don't know where Beckett gets their sources, but this video is not supposed to be about Beckett. It's supposed to be about this great George Brett rookie card. So sorry for that diversion, I'm sorry. Got to use the right words sometimes too. Anyway, I was real happy with this. Definitely one of my holy grail finds. I think I have a couple more, and I'll be looking for them sometime as the year goes on. I'll let you know when I find another one down the road. I'll just keep it like hush hush, and it'll be a nice surprise down the road if I find one. But anyway, this is really great. That was a really cool place to visit. The gentleman is very friendly. He'll help you out with getting the cases open, and he likes to talk about cards. He's also a collector of vintage, so we had a lot in common there. And so if you ever visit this place, do pick up a conversation with him. He's a real delight to talk with. Really enjoyed my time there. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to leave a beep beep in the comments section. Beep beep, everybody.